two entrepreneurs, same product or service, same price, same benefits. One closes the sale, the other one gets ghosted. So what went wrong? It wasn't what they said, it's how they said it. Now, if you're struggling to turn prospects into paying clients, you may be making one of these 3 fatal communication mistakes. And if you wait till the end, I'll show you exactly how to fix them. You ready? Let's go. Here's the thing. Most business owners don't realize that if your message isn't clear and concise and you're not speaking with confidence, you're actually causing people to doubt you. You're putting up resistance, and they don't believe that you can provide them the service that you're saying. See, it's not about the features and the benefits. It's about the feeling that you're giving people. It's about letting them know that you're the person that can help them solve a big problem or with a need or a want. So if you're communicating one-on-one and your communication is off and it's how you deliver that information, obviously you're not going to land that client. But if you're speaking one-to-many, you're standing on a stage and you fumble through your call to action, then you're losing potentially thousands or tens of thousands or hundreds of thousands of dollars. So you have to learn how to connect with your audience, how to speak to their hearts, how to evoke that feeling that they're looking for to let them know that you can help them solve their problem from the stage. See, when you're speaking one-to-many, you want to be able to connect with each individual in the audience so they know that you're the person that can help them solve that problem. And there's 3 communication killers that a lot of entrepreneurs make right when they're about to do that call to action and invite people to buy their products or their services. And I don't want you to make these mistakes. So let's dive into them. Mistake number 1, you sound unsure of yourself. Whether you're on a call with a potential client, whether you're going live, whether you're on a stage, if you're unsure about what it is that you're selling and the benefits and how it can serve people, that's going to come across in your communication. And what that does is it either makes people think that you're lying, it makes people think that you can't deliver what you promise, or it makes people think that maybe you're just talking to them to make the sale and you're not even confident in what you do. So if you're on a stage or you're speaking one-on-one to a client, you have to be confident. You have to know that your product or your service can help them with that big problem or that need or that want. So how do you do this? Like anything else, you gotta practice. Yes, practice. You have to practice closing the sale. Have a script. Go over the script a number of times, practice it, and then eventually you try it out one-on-one with a few of your clients or a few of your potential clients. As you start to get better and you get more comfortable, then you try it from one-to-many. You try it from a stage, you try it, on a podcast, or you try it to a live audience, but you have to practice closing. And here's the thing, I used to feel so uncomfortable about trying to make that sale. Anytime I would deliver information, I was really great at delivering really impactful, useful information that people could take in that moment and go and do something with it. The problem was when it came to close, when it came to ask for money, I always fumbled through it. I would say, I have this product, I have a mini course and I think it can kind of help you maybe speak a little bit. Wasn't making eye contact. I was fumbling through it. I was looking all over the place. So you can imagine what the person on the other side of that conversation was saying. He's not confident. Can he really deliver what he's saying he can deliver? His product's probably not that good because he doesn't sound too sure. That's why I wasn't making the sales. That's why I wasn't landing clients. So what I had to do was really go through, work on a script. And look, there's nothing wrong with working from a script because what you're doing is you're clarifying why you have the product and the service that can help somebody. You can have the best product and service in the world, but if you don't know how to communicate that to people, you're never going to make that sale. So practicing is so important. And when I started practicing that script, and then it started just to flow, and then it became more natural, one-on-one, then I could take it to a stage and have that call to action and close 10 people, 20, 30, 50, 100. So you have to practice closing the sale. And you owe it to people to go deeper with them. You owe it to people to go a little bit further than what you're doing in that conversation, on that speech, in that free webinar. The second biggest mistake that I see entrepreneurs make, and I've coached hundreds of entrepreneurs, I've seen this from so many of my former clients and past clients, they made this one mistake. They overwhelm people with information. See, they give out too much information. They get into the features and the benefits of their products and their services before they even make that connection to understanding what it is that the client is struggling with or what it is that they need or want. They just jump right in. Here's all the benefits. They overwhelm them. And so an overwhelmed buyer doesn't buy, whether that's one-on-one or whether it's one-to-many. So you have to learn to right-size your information. Stop with all the benefits and the features. First of all, you want to understand what is it that they really need or they want. Understand their problem. When you can articulate someone's problem better than they can, they know in their mind that you get them. Right? Stop focusing on my program offers this, or these are all the benefits of my sneakers, or my whatever your item or your product or your service is. People don't care about that. They want to know, can you help them with the problem? They want to know, how are you going to get them from point A to point B? Getting into all the features and the benefits and what you can do is really overwhelming. You're giving them too much information before you actually ask them for their permission to give them more information. See, it's okay to give people more information. It's okay to tell them about your benefits. It's okay to give them the features, but don't do that right away. And don't do that until you ask them permission. Ask people permission. So when I'm on stage and I'm speaking about why I believe public speaking is the #1 most underrated skill to grow your brand and your business, at the end of that conversation, at the end of that talk, I ask the audience, I say, hey, do I have your permission to let you know about a service and a product that I offer that is going to help you become a more effective speaker and land more clients and make more money? Do I have your permission? They say yes. Then I get into what it's all about. I don't even go into the features and the benefits at that point. I talk about what it is and how it's helped so many people and why they need it, way before I talk about the benefits. So what you may be doing is overwhelming people by talking about all of the things when all they want to know is, are you the person that can help them? Do you have the product or the service they need? And once you ask their permission, you still don't want to overwhelm them. Focus on the biggest benefit that clients get from your product or your service. Just choose one, right? Talk about your former clients. Like for me, one of the biggest benefits of my Speak to Impact mini course is that, this is what I've been told. One of my clients said to me, Coach Stone, after I went through that, I realized that I was making mistakes when it came to just introducing myself. I was wasting time on the stage and I was losing the audience right within the first 30 seconds. And they said, what I learned from your mini course is that you have to get right into it. You have to catch people's attention. You have to hook them in the first 30 seconds. And she said, once I did that, I started automatically feeling more comfortable, feeling more at ease, which then made my presentations and my speeches and my talks flow. And at the end, I converted a lot more of the audience members into buyers. That's one thing. I didn't overwhelm people in my mini course or when I was on the stage and I made that close. I said, here's one thing that you can do right away that's gonna make you a more powerful speaker. And that's your hook. And that's what she got from it. So what is the one benefit, the one thing that the one feature that you can teach people that is going to give them a big win? That is the aha thing for them to let them know you can help them. Whew, it's hot out here, but I'm out here making content for you. But mistake number 3 that a lot of entrepreneurs make when it comes to speaking and communicating and closing that sale is that you sound like every other salesperson. You use the same generic language. Sometimes you may even say the exact same thing that somebody taught you or that you've seen or heard other people say. And so in the mind of a potential customer, it's like, oh, I've heard this before. You sound like that other person that heard. You sound like those 3 other people that tried to close me. Stop with the generic language. Stop we can increase your annual revenue by 10%. Get very specific. We can increase your bottom line by $50,000. We can help you to get 5 new clients every single month. Be very specific and make sure that you're listening and then you're repeating back to them what their goals are. That's the best way to close. Now, if you're dealing with somebody one-on-one and they're saying, look, the biggest problem I'm having in my business is I'm not getting enough people coming into my pipeline. And you say, well, how many more people would you like? And they say, well, I need 7 people a month. And you say, if you can help them do that, you let them know. Well, I can help you get 7 clients or 7 leads per month that you can convert into potential clients. It's not about you, it's about them. How could I know if I didn't understand their problem? How could I know if I didn't know what the big pain points were of that individual or that audience? If I wasn't listening, so you have to listen, you have to pay attention. And especially if somebody's bringing you to their audience to speak, you should be asking that person up front, okay, who is the audience? What are they here for? Why are they gonna be here? What are the demographics? What's their age? Are they married? What are the psychographics? Did they buy a ticket to get in here? What is the #1 challenge that they're having right now? You gotta know as much information as you possibly can, so at the end of that talk, when you get ready to make that call to action, people are like, oh man, Coach Stone is speaking directly to me. How did he know that I'm struggling with my limiting beliefs? How did he know that I have all these goals and I haven't achieved any of them? How did he know that? Well, you get that information up front. You try to get as much information as you possibly can so that when you're trying to close people from the stage, they're like, he's speaking to me. Stop sounding like everyone else. Stop the generic sales lingo. Stop the generic phrases and references and be specific to that individual or that audience that you're talking to. But here's the deeper problem. See, it's not a communication problem. It's not about what you're saying. It's about how you're saying it. And it's not just about how you're saying it. It's a trust issue. See, if people don't trust you, they're not gonna buy from you. People buy from people they know, like, and trust. And so whether it's a one-on-one prospect or one-to-many, you have to learn how to speak with clarity, confidence, conviction, and authenticity so that people can trust you. And that's so important. If there's one thing that I learned during the pandemic, it was that a lot of people were getting exposed for over-promising and not delivering. And I'm not just talking about average entrepreneurs or average quote-unquote gurus. There were some big name industry leaders that got exposed because people had nothing but time. And so what that did was it put up these walls and these blockers for a lot of buyers. A lot of people now are a lot more hesitant and resistant than they were before all of that. So you have to learn to build this trust factor. And you do it through being consistent messaging, being clear, authentic, letting people know who you are as a person. You have to actively listen to what people are saying they want. You have to tell them that you have the solution to their problem. And you have to do that in a very clear, concise way so that you build that trust, that know, and that like factor. When you eliminate these 3 mistakes, you go from looking just like another vendor or another speaker or another entrepreneur to somebody that they trust, to somebody that they look at as an authority, to somebody that they know can help them solve their problem. And when they look at you like that, that gives you the opportunity to ask them for the sale. Now, if you want to dive deeper into the biggest mistakes entrepreneurs that are making that are costing them clients and thousands of dollars, go ahead and click the link in the description or click the link in the comments, and I will send you this free, powerful guide that's going to help you to identify the mistakes that you're making when you're speaking to clients one-to-many. Go ahead and click that link. And if you really love this video, you got to check out this one right here.